this is Rosa Kelly, and I'm here with a new design team project for Country Craft Creations. Now, as you can see, this time I'm going to be creating a summer mini album using the Photoplay Aloha paper collection. Let me show you how it looks like. Over here we have the sticker sheets, and I love all the fun little pieces. These are the 4x6 cards and tags. This Aloha right here, I love it. I think I might use that for my cover page. Here you get the map of Hawaii, and you can see the little whales in the water too, and this is what the back looks like. Very fun paper collection. It's just very summery. And these are the 4x3 cards. As you can see, a lot of different pieces that you can embellish the albums with. And look at the back, that's so cute. And this flower one, it's one of my favorites. The colors are so vibrant, so pretty. And look at the back. I love stripes too. Pineapples, of course you have to have pineapples on a Hawaii album, but look at the back. Isn't this just gorgeous? I love the flowers and I love the color. This is like a water page, and if you can see, there is a cute little turtle on the side. Super cute. And this is the back. I love this one too. This is a fun little page with the birds, and look at the back. Isn't that cute? And then also I'm going to be using some of the authentic papers. Now these are the ones that Tammy sent me, and they carry these at the store, of course, but I love the colors that she chose. They complement the collection perfectly, so I'm gonna be using that. I think there's one more color, which is the hot pink. I love that color too. So I'm gonna be using that. For the covers, I'm going to be using chipboard, which also you can find at the store, and I'm gonna put the link down below so you can get everything you need. And then from my stash, I'm going to be using these these are file folders. I love them because they're the craft color, and I'm just going to, utilize what I have, but you can definitely use just cardstock. And over here, I'm gonna use 2 pieces of paper, again on the craft color, to complement, to wrap the chipboard with. Also, to complement, I'm going to be using some of these very colorful seam binding that you can find at the store. I'm going to be using some ring binding as well. These ring binders, and so these ones I just had on my stash, and I decided I'm going to use them because I'm trying to create a fast fan project, something different that I haven't done yet. So yeah, so let's get started. So I'm going to start with 2 pieces of chipboard. One is cut at 7 by 8 inches, and the other one is cut at 7 by 5 inches. So those 2 pieces are going to be my covers. So I'm going to wrap each one with my craft color cardstock. So now I'm going to measure 1/2 inch from the side and 3/4 inch from the top and bottom of the smaller piece, and that is where I'm going to punch the holes to add the rings for the binding. Then I'm adding some ribbon for the closure of the album, and I'm covering the inside part of the covers with the color cardstock, and then I go ahead and punch the holes again. And then I do the same thing for the cover, for the front cover. So I decided to use one of the 4x6 pieces for the front cover, and I wanted to create kind of like a shaker, so I'm making this a little bit smaller, and I'm going to glue this on another piece of cardstock, and I'm going to make sure to leave about a 1/2 inch border around this piece. Now I'm cutting pieces of chipboard so I can build the layers around the image. That way I can create my shaker. I add about 3 layers to each side to create a lot of dimension. And now I'm just adding some glass beads at different shades of blue, and I'm covering everything with a piece of acetate. This piece of acetate I recycled from some packaging, and then I just go ahead and glue it all around. And now I'm just adding this flower trim all around the shaker to kind of cover the chipboard. And then I'm just gonna add everything to my front cover. So I'm folding my cardstock in half, and I'm going to cut this piece at 6.5, and I'm going to create like an envelope. So I'm going to go ahead and glue the edges. That way I create a closure and just leaving the opening on the top. Then I'm gonna go with my circle punch and just create a little half circle punch out. And then I'm just going to line it up with my back cover to make the holes. So now I'm using one of the file folders that I have, and I'm just going to cut actually just a piece of cardstock. I don't know exactly the dimensions. I think it will measure around 6x6. And then I just mark where I'm going to put the holes, but then I decide I'm going to first glue a piece of cardstock to cover most of the file folder. Now I do want to keep the side and the top on the same original craft color, and then I'm just trimming around the cardstock, and then I'm gonna go ahead and make the holes for that as well. On the back, I'm just cutting a piece of cardstock, and I'm gonna use it as a photo mat, and then I'm using my circle punch again and kind of punching a reverse circle on each corner to make like a little corner piece. And then I'm just gonna glue this piece down, and I'm using the remaining piece of the folder to make this other page. Now I'm also using the remaining piece that I fold the 6x6, and I'm just gonna glue it as it is to kind of have a little opening down to allow more room for pictures. I love the paper collection. It's very happy and very colorful. So these I'm just gonna keep like that, and then later on I'm gonna add a paper clip as a closure for that. Now I'm using these cutout, and I actually overlaid it in a piece of jute ribbon, and I'm just using that kind of like a pocket, and that is going to be that page. And then next I'm just going to I'm kind of cutting off a little bit of the leftover, and then I'm just going to punch the holes. I'm just lining it with the previous paper and just punching straight instead of marking it with the pencil. Next, I'm gonna use one of these Project Life plastic covers to, create a little bit of, like I said, I wanted to do something different and just create, add different elements. So I'm gonna use again the piece of my jute ribbon to kind of embellish the side of the Project Life pocket. And also I'm doing that because the holes of these clear pockets, they don't line up with the holes on my project, so that's what I'm using that to kind of cover those holes as well. And then I go ahead and punch new holes to line up with the rest of the pages. Next, I'm gonna use the other piece of the file folder, and I'm just cutting one of the sides down, and then I'm gonna fold it. I actually cut it down just a little bit more, and then I'm going to fold the remaining, and that way I'm going to glue those two together and create like a closure again, and that's going to be like a pocket page. So I'm just gonna glue that down, and then I'm also gonna glue this side a little bit so the page, functions as a pocket. Then I go ahead and make the holes one more time. And then I'm using another piece of cardstock and kind of marking, because since I didn't measure the last piece, I'm just marking how tall it needs to be, and then I'm just going to actually put it in and fold it because this is going to be the insert for that pocket page. And then I fold it again to make sure I don't cover the holes, and that's actually where I'm going to trim this paper. And then to create a closure, I'm using a piece of seam binding, and I'm just going to tie this whole thing, and that way the page will not keep falling out of the book. And then I go to the back, and then I glue that part. And then I use another piece of the leftovers from cutting that paper, and I'm just going to cover most of this page, but I do want to make sure that I don't cover the holes for the rings. So now I'm done with the base construction of the pages. As you can see, it was really easy to do, and then I just go ahead and add my pictures and embellishments, and I'm just gonna let you watch how I finish decorating the album. hope that you guys enjoy this tutorial, and I hope that you try one for yourself. As you can see, it was really easy to do, and I want to thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.